$100. Brent crude remains steady around the $51 a barrel mark as investors continue to search for a bottom. But the euro tumbles and the European shares rally thanks to strong hopes of stimulus from the ECB. The government steps on the gas to speed up the divestment drive. Plans to mop up at least 5,000 crore rupees by selling exchange-traded funds of public sector enterprises. Oil Minister also refuses to rule out an ONGC sell-off this fiscal. The Power Ministry scraps the bidding process for two ultra-mega power plants in Odisha and Tamil Nadu. Private companies withdraw their bids as they were unable to secure finances. The former promoter of SpiceJet, Ajay Singh, is all set to submit a revival plan to the government today with specific timelines. This according to sources. Meanwhile, Qatar Airways says it's extremely interested in picking up 49% stake in Indigo. Infosys stock ends a roller coaster ride with marginal gains ahead of the third quarter earnings season. Street expects no fireworks as the CNBC TV18 poll shows dollar revenues are set to rise by just 1%. France wakes up to reports of yet another shooting after last night's massacre at the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. Police claim to have made 7 arrests, but 2 gunmen are still on the run. Good evening, thanks for joining us. Those are the top stories, and this is a show where we get you all the details on those stories. I'm Surbhi Upadhyay and you're watching Reporter's Diary.
CNBC TV18, celebrating 15 years of leadership.
Well, let's straight away get to the day's trading action. First up, the bulls have finally found their feet on Dalal Street. Markets have snapped their 3-day losing streak to surge on the back of some strong global cues. The Sensex rallied over 350 points as it reclaimed the 27,000 mark. The Nifty also got back above 8,200 after cracking a century. The mid-cap index managed to outperform blue chips, gaining over 200 points. Anuj Singhal is here with the day's trading highlights. Anuj, it seems that everyone's waiting for Virat Kohli to hit a century. Meanwhile, the markets, the Sensex and the Nifty have already started that course.
Well, indeed, but you know what, the market hit, the Sensex rather hit a triple century today, and the Nifty also hit a century, so great going for all the indices. The Bank Nifty, in fact, was up 400 points in today's trade. That led from front, and you had advance decline ratio of about 5:1 in today's trade. Let's talk about the stocks that led the market. In terms of contributions, financials were right on top, not in terms of percentage gains, but in terms of index contribution. ICICI was up 3%, HDFC 2%, and HDFC Bank up about 2%. FMCG stocks, field day for all of them, led by Asian Paints. That was up 6%, was easily your stock of the day. ITC and Lever also up about 2% in trade today. Then of course you had some other prominent Nifty winners in trade today, DLF, BPCL and KN India, most of it on account of short covering, especially KN India. Then of course you had cement stocks that also rallied in trade today, ACC, Ultratech, Ambuja, all were higher in trade. In terms of mid-cap stocks, defense stocks look quite good today. So Walchand Nagar was up 13%, P-Power was up about 18%, and of course we had a stock like HMT that was up 17%. And finally, some more mid-cap winners in today's trade included stocks like Berger Paints that was up 10%, Delta Corp up 7%, and TVS Motor also up about 6% or so. The jury is still out on whether the rally that you saw today confirms the end of the downtrend. But for now, at least, there's a belief that maybe we might have made a bit of near-term bottom at around that 8,000 mark.
We can actually use all these, the policy environment which is changing and also the global